All right, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin because its price is about to make a move that you're not going to want to miss. So what we can see here is that Bitcoin's price is now in a consolidated channel. Of course, putting in highs around $43,000 and lows around $42,300. This thing has pretty much been bouncing sideways throughout the entire weekend. Now, what I want to talk about today is where I think this thing is going from here, because whenever we have consolidated channels or just, structures of this nature, their breakouts can bring some pretty solid gains, and it's something that I obviously want to be a part of. Now, we are currently up pretty good from that short trade that I talked about in the last Bitcoin update. We of course open it up here. As you can see, we are trading over on Margex, and this thing is up a nice little move of about 6%. I am on 4x leverage, so obviously, that puts me around 24% gains. Not too bad, okay? If you do want to do your own trading, of course, go over to Margex. The link's down below. They're the best trading platform in the world of crypto, in my opinion. You don't have to KYC. You don't need a VPN. You can just deposit, start trading. Whether you want to use margin, as you can see here, you can use leverage on a sliding scale. Very simple, very easy, and then withdraw, no problem. So, again, like I said, if you're using other platforms, you're wasting your time. Just go use Margex down below, okay? But like I said, we're pretty good from this one, but considering the fact that we do have some structure forming here, I'm curious, and I want to see if we can maybe make some gains or some plays off of this sideways channel. So what I'm on the lookout for is very obviously whether we're going to break to the upside or break to the downside. I'm not going to sit here and try to guess if we're going to break up or break down. I don't play that game, okay? Because if I'm wrong, you're also not going to be prepared, and that's just dumb. So what we're going to do is let's prepare for either option. If Bitcoin's price breaks to the downside, I will of course have my alert going off, and I might even set some limits, honestly, and just be ready to start making some moves once we lose support here. But if we do lose support, that does put Bitcoin in a position in which it's just lost its 786 level to the downside. Again, 42,300 to 42,400. And because of that, I would be under the belief that there's a strong likelihood we could have a Bitcoin of sub $41,000, maybe even close to about $40,650 to the downside, which is a nice little move, of course. What we can see here, that's a nice little move of about 4%, continue to the downside, and so that could be something that I would be interested in. Now, I would probably just go ahead and go on a very, very minor short trade. Again, I'm already up about 23% from this one, so I'm not really looking to add too much more to that position, but again, it does seem likely that we could see some type of continuation, at least back to this level around 41,300 bucks. So this could be a decent little short trade. Not huge gains, but gains to say the least. Now, in that case scenario, I would be setting a stop loss right around mid channel, so about $42,600, just in case a short trade's opened up right here. You kind of back test, stop loss set is right here, and then you never know. Maybe some good news comes out. We're in a bull market. This thing's going to go up over the long term anyway. Then we recover and maybe break back above and start working back in the upwards direction for some type of fake out here. Stop loss is set to kind of clear off that trade and avoid any big damage, okay? So with that said, yeah, definitely stop loss to the top side, looking around $42,600. Now, take profits around that level. Again, I'd probably be looking to take most of my profit around $41,500, but if you wanted to play a little bit of risk ball, you of course could let this thing try to run back down to 40.5K, but obviously there is no guarantee, especially kind of just seeing how much liquidity has been in this zone before. We do come down here and wick a lot, and so obviously we may get some buying pressure the moment we would be to enter the zone like we have back here, which would of course stop the price from getting as low as you would hope it to, okay? So with that in mind, if we see Bitcoin's price break to the downside, that's what I'm looking for personally. Now, to the upside is a little bit more of a speculative game, but what I would say is that if we're capable of breaking $43,000, I would say a little move back up towards 43.8 to 44 does seem rather likely. You bounce off that 786 level, go retest that 618 level. We've established resistance here. We've also had a key amount of resistance back here. So to me, a nice little move to the upside could also be on the way if we do get that breakout. This is only about a 1.5% move, so that's not really all that interesting, but in a more macro sense, that does put Bitcoin in position in which it actually can try to make a return to the upside. That would be, of course, a confirmed support establishment on this 786 level, which is historically the level that has the highest chance of backing you towards the upside. And so, of course, yeah, we break back up towards about 43,000. Step number one is we get back above 43.8. If we can clear this 618 zone, yeah, I mean, I could see a Bitcoin getting back up to 44.5 to 45K off of that move. And so what you can see here is it's one of those things, right? It's just one of those wait for it to break. I'm not saying it can go up or I'm saying it's going to go down. I'm saying it will go up or it will go down. And trying to guess what's going to happen right here is a waste of time, in my opinion. Let this thing play out. Yes, there are certain things that are giving us indicators, right? The fact that we are putting in some of these higher highs, of course, on the RSI and lower highs on the price itself, this bearish divergence. The fact that we have something like, let's go ahead and actually pull up this RSI again, and then let's pull up the MACD next to it. And at the same time, as you can see here, we're getting this bearish divergence here while we're also flatlining in the green zone. We could easily cross back into bearish territory at any given point. Those things do tell me, yes, that it is maybe more likely that we're going to get this pull to the downside. But again, we're in a bull market, right? In the grand scheme of things, this thing's going to go up over the long term. So I'm not just going to guess, right? There's no point in guessing. So the whole moral of the story here is that watch 43,000 and watch $42,400. Whichever one of these levels we get a confirmed breakout of first, that's likely the direction we're going to go for at least a couple days. And I think there could be a play on either side of that. It's just totally up to you if that's the type of risk you want to take. In the long term, macro sense, I'm really just dollar cost averaging. I just buy Bitcoin every week and leave it alone. If you do want to see when I do buy, when I do sell, whenever, you know, I make updates to my portfolio, exclusive content, I do have a Patreon down below if that's something you want to check out. But again, at the end of the day, it's not all that complicated with Bitcoin here. Watch for the breakout. We're in a sideways channel. It's pretty simple. So, of course, I hope you guys do enjoy these quick updates. I'm bringing them to you 3 to 4 every single day. If you do enjoy them, make sure you press subscribe down there below, and I will see you, of course, next time. Peace out, everybody.